What's up, Aquarius? Welcome to your eclipse reading. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We'll be taking a look and seeing what messages need to come through for you regarding this eclipse in Scorpio, and overall see how this energy will play out for the next 6 months. Get some insight, wisdom, guidance, and overall see what's going on for Aquarius. I hope that you're doing well. If you wish to book a private reading with me, the information for that is in the description box down below. And if you want to follow me over on my Instagram and TikTok, that's at Weatherstone Tarot. You can find me over there. And let's just jump right in, see what messages Spirit has for you. So yeah, this eclipse in Scorpio will be transiting your 10th house, which rules your public image, fame, your success, your achievements, things like that. Oh, what is this? Things like that. The father figure, long-term goals, talking about structure to those goals. So just some of the themes that will be playing out for you. And yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that jumps to mind right now? Nope. All right. So during this time, your emotions will be running high. We actually have that card coming out with the super moon. We also have communication is key, new moon and Gemini, and that card has come out for you. It's come out for Taurus, and it came out for Leo. And then we also have a time for healing. So keep in mind, we're also entering in, or we are officially now in Mercury retrograde. So communications will be highlighted, and there may also be some struggles or challenges when it comes to communication. So it's really important that you are patient with yourself and you're patient with those around you, and just think before you speak, right? You might be feeling way more sensitive than usual, so that's all good. Ride it out, feel your feelings, acknowledge them, nothing to be ashamed of. But it definitely, the vibe I'm seeing so far is that you are initiating some sort of change. Now, some of you might be experiencing changes in your career. Some of you might be experiencing changes in your job. You might be getting a new job or searching for a new job or expanding or just experiencing like significant changes when it comes to your work life and even like your role in society. Some of you could be achieving massive recognition, so that could change your life, you know. Oh my god, we have the Oak Man coming out. Messages for Aquarius. We also got Mike the My Own Answer. Can't remember that one. I'm gonna have to check the book, to be honest. Penelope the Dreamweaver, and the Fairies Who Was Kissed by the Pixies. Alright, so let's talk about the cards that came out for you. Give me a second. Okay, so emotions are running high. Supermoon, communication is key, and a time for healing. So I do feel like from now for the next 6 months, but especially around this time, the next week or so, this will be a great time to have those conversations that maybe you've been avoiding, especially when it's relating to how you feel, your emotions, how you feel about the relationships in your life. Maybe this is having to do with more of like a father figure, because the 10th house also rules father figure. I can't remember, did I mention that? I might have, I might not have. So emotions are running high, communication is key, and so emotions plus communication, that can sometimes stir things up a little bit. Sometimes that can bring up some uncomfortable conversations or bring up some heat in conversations, and just be patient with yourself and be patient with others. This is going to be a great time to bring healing, having healing conversations. Maybe this is going to be a time of apologies, or you might be receiving an apology, or you could actually be giving an apology to someone. If you know that you've hurt someone, if you know that there is a bit of a, like maybe there's some tension in the air, this would be a great time to address that, right? But yeah, with that being said, Mercury retrograde taking place, first couple degrees in Gemini, retrogrades back into Taurus. You guys are going to be feeling, oh wait, no, Taurus is fixed. Yeah, you'll be feeling that energy of that for sure. And if you have any strong Taurus placements, you'll definitely be feeling that. So just be mindful of those things, communication with others, and just the need to be honest, you know, just be honest. Honesty will bring you the most healing, the most clarity, and you're initiating something. So something that maybe you have been holding back from taking action on, or again, this could be relating to that 10th house aspect of your career, your status, your reputation, your life purpose, things like that. There could be something that you've been wanting to start up or give a chance, but you've held yourself back from taking that action for some reason. But this would be a great time to initiate on that. So here's your green light. Now, yeah, people suggest, oh, don't start anything new during Mercury retrograde. But honestly, if you approach it the right way and you plan accordingly, then I think you're in the clear. Like, people love to fearmonger about Mercury retrograde. Oh my god, Mercury retrograde, the world's coming to an end. It's not. It really isn't the end of the world. Like, it happens so often. It happens so often. There's nothing to really worry about. Just, I would suggest, if you are signing any documents or you're having any important meetings, like, just make sure you schedule that. Make sure everyone knows what fucking time it is that it's booked at. Make sure that you stay organized, like, you read the fine prints, like, you know, just double check, triple check everything before you send that email. Word check it, like, just make sure it makes sense. Read it out loud a couple times, like, just triple check. Never hurt nobody. People are like, oh, don't sign contracts during this time. Just make sure you're reading the fucking contract. Like, you might experience some delays, for sure, especially if you are trying to initiate something. I'm not saying that this is the worst time to start, but if you were, there could be some delays, or it might just take a little bit longer to get off the ground, or you might experience a little bit of like hiccups, but like, don't let that stop you. If there's something that your heart is yearning to go after, or to do, or to try, or to experience, or to say yes to that opportunity, that offer, that job, that relationship, like, just give it a chance. Why not? You got the clear green light, so I say go for it. We have Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Some of you are learning to communicate more with your ancestors, you know, with that communications key, and then talking about your ancestors. Some of you are really learning to open up the communications between you and your guides, which is amazing. Some of you are meditating more, or just like, even just speaking out loud to them. It just strengthens your bond, your connection to them. So that's really cool, right? I don't know who that's for. It might not be for everyone. But if you've been wanting to connect deeper to your angels, because they're always around you, this would be a great time to do that kind of deep dive, that discovery. I think you'd be very surprised. It's really cool. I like that a lot. Knowing that you're always protected, you're never alone. Even at times where you may feel alone, trust me, on the other side, in the other world that we don't see, beyond this 3D world, energetically, you're not alone at all. Not even a little bit. You're never alone. All right, so don't you forget it. And then we even have the dragon talking about spirit energy coming through. It's like so freaking protected. It's not even funny. This is the energy of seeing things clearly. And, you know, the way these two cards came out, Hummingbird to the Dragon, you might be looking back at something from your past, because the what is this? The Hummingbird talks about returning to something that you have history with, or you have experience with, or for some, this is just like a creative project or something that you really enjoy doing, but maybe you forgot about. But for some, this is like looking back or returning to past experiences or past memories to grow and evolve. Because then we have the Lion. I was going to say the Leo. We have the Leo, which is, you know, Leo energy, of course. But I am picking up for some of you, this is about returning to something from your past, or it's that Mercury retrograde possibly triggering you to look back at certain experiences that you've gone through, but with a different perspective. That's the thing. Your perspective has changed. You've grown a lot. You've evolved a lot as a person. You've done a lot of healing. And you know, your emotions are extremely sensitive at this time, and same with your intuition. Your intuition at this time heightened to the max. And oh, you know what? Penelope the Dreamweaver talks about that too, I believe. Returning to something. Oh no, I'm mixing it up with a different card. Just kidding. Just kidding. But no, this is talking about like returning to something with a new awareness, a new understanding, being able to see things clearly. So I don't know if this eclipse in Scorpio is going to be providing you with new information or new insight that will put together all the puzzle pieces that you didn't quite understand before. But I don't know. I feel like this eclipse energy will show you a lot. It will reveal answers to you that you probably already known all along, but it's going to give you the confirmation, or it's going to allow like you to put all these things together, and it's all just going to fall into place and make sense. So that's really interesting. And then for some, it's like this is about returning to like a forgotten idea, or that idea, that dream that you've been wanting to initiate, or you've been wanting to start up, but you've been so hesitant to, or you've been so afraid of doing. Now is the time to give that idea a chance. Go for it. The universe supports you. You're in harmony, and go for it. Like, shoot your shot. We have Jupiter moved into Aries as of today, so that's going to be a great time to initiate, to expand, to do the things that you've been dreaming of doing, because of that Piscean energy that we've been in. It's made our dreams more vivid. It's made us desire deeply of like what we want, but we didn't have the structure, we didn't have the plan to actually take that action. Now it's like this is going to be a good time to initiate. The only thing is we have Mercury retrograde, we have Pluto retrograde, and then in June we have Saturn retrograding. So there might be a bit of a restriction of wanting to expand, but kind of experiencing some setbacks or some delays, or just like a bit of a struggle, even mental block for some. So that's just going to be the energy that plays out collectively. It's like this is a great time to expand, but it's like caution expansion and not rushing, and just taking your time and planning accordingly, right? The line coming out, your respect is increasing, your self-worth is increasing, others are respecting you more. The next 6 months, you can expect to see a shift in the way that you appear in the world, like how people in the public eye, more specifically, again, even in your career, your status could be changing. Some of you are receiving like a promotion, or your status is increasing or moving up in a higher level in the next 6 months, and you're going to be gaining a lot more respect. People who didn't even believe in you, they're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe Aquarius did that. You're going to be surprising. You're going to be turning heads, Aquarius. I mean, I'm honestly picking up on the star energy from this. Just the overall, I feel heavily like the star card. I hope it shows up in this reading. If it's meant to, it will. It may not. But I'm feeling like, this is a time to really stay true to you, to stand confidently, brightly, and authentically, and like just let your actions speak for themselves. Like, let your actions speak. You don't even need to use words. Just show up, be yourself, do the damn thing, and your actions will speak for yourself. Now we have the Oak Man, Mike the Myomancer. Actually, I think I remember that now, so I don't need to look it up in the book. So we have number 47, number 42, 28, and 21. So let's talk about the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. This talks about unconditional love, receiving unconditional love, as well as giving unconditional love. that's going to be highlighted during the next 6 months for you, especially because opposite of the 10th house is the 4th house, which is all about family and your home and your relationships and like those connections that are near and dear to you. So obviously the 10th and the 4th house both going to be highlighted for the next 6 months for you, especially. So just to keep that in mind, it's like learning to give unconditional love and receiving unconditional love. And that might be something that you're like, well, what even is unconditional love? What does that even look like? What does that feel like? And that's going to be something that comes down to you with this whole healing journey that you're on. And again, it's just a very transformative time taking place. But this card is all about opening up your heart and learning to love again, not being afraid to open up and express your emotions or be vulnerable, and finding the strength in that. It's really pure. It's so wholesome. Okay. Then we have Penelope the Dreamweaver. This talks about those ideas that come up, the inspiration that you get, the motivation that you get, those little like snapshots, images, feelings that come in bursts, short bursts that inspire you to go pick up those paintbrushes or start writing or just like, this is more related to creative endeavors. And same with the hummingbird, right? Hummingbird is very similar. These two cards go hand in hand with one another. But yeah, this is going to be a great time to go create and express yourself and have fun with it. Removing any of those like rules or restrictions or limitations and just having fun, letting loose, having fun and creating. That's going to be highlighted for you. Now, if this is relating again, because the 10th house, career, your image, your work, long-term goals, things like that, you will be needing to put a little bit more structure into those things. But Mike the Myomancer, this is like, pay attention to the details of everything. We tend to overlook what is deeper than just like the surface. There are little hints, little signs, even in the dreams, right? Penelope the Dreamweaver talks about your dream space and messages that come through to you in your dreams. Make sure that you write them down. That's another message I missed. Write down your dreams. But this is about paying attention to the subtle details, the subtle changes, the subtle shifts that you're experiencing in your life. They may seem small, they may seem insignificant, but they lead to things that are unfolding that are going to be massive, that are going to be crucial for you. It's also like the things that you're experiencing currently, and even as the months play out, give you a hint as to what your future looks like in the long term. So that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on where you're at and your perspective and what you want for yourself. Some of you are like, oh fuck, if this is what's going to be like 5 years from now, I need to make some changes, right? Well, there you go. That's okay. This is a great time to make those changes. If you're already quite satisfied with where you're at, then just keep that up, because the future's looking hella bright for you, okay? It's all about your perspective. We have number 47, the Oak Man. This is all about your perspective and how what you project, you see more of. So where you're at mentally in your head, you tend to look more of that, like it tends to reflect back to you. And I've said this, oh my God, I've said this so many times already. Like, I've said this so many times the last, I don't know how many readings, or since I've been using this fairy deck the last week or so. It's like someone tells you to look for a red car when you're out and about in public. You see so many, right? Because that's what your focus is on. It's just like if you're in a negative mood, if you're feeling like shit, you tend to focus on all the negative shit around you. Just as if you're in a really positive mood, everything around you reflects that back. And you're like, oh my God, the sky is blue, it's beautiful. Or it could be cloudy. You're like, I fucking love cloudy days. Like, it's so cozy. I love it. It's so nice. You could get a flat tire, but if you're in a positive mood, you're like, you know what? That's okay. I need to get this changed anyway. This was a winter tire. I need my all seasons tire. Like, you know, like you seem to find the good in everything. Or opposite, You seem to find the bad in everything. Well, this fucking sucks, and this gone wrong in my life, and this went down in my life so bad. Today this happened to me. Wow, this all fucking sucks. Life hates me. Like, it's all about perspective. And the Oak Man talks about your perspective and how you may project your own inner feelings out in the world and how that shifts your reality. So, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's an interesting time. Because in this card, you see his eyes are orange, right? The author was talking about in this deck, in this card, is like when he had blue eyes, people were like, oh, this is like wisdom, and this is like intuition and spirit guides. And then the same author turned his eyes red, and then people were saying, oh, evil, and he's a demon, and negativity and hate. And then, you know, how people project based off what they're seeing, based off, like, you know, so it's really interesting. So that's a really interesting card that the illustrator created. Also, when we flip it upside down, there is a whole different face that you see here, right? He's got little lips right over here. So it's all about perspective. It's all about how you show up. Very interesting energy. Very interesting energy. I feel like ball's in your court. So let's take a look and see how this energy may play out for you for the next 6 months. Of course, based off current timelines, you got your free will. But just to get a little insight as to how these energies can play out for you for the next 6 months, let's see how can Aquarius expect this energy to play out for them for the next 6 months. Show me clearly, based off this eclipse energy, what can Aquarius expect? What can what can Aquarius expect with this energy, how it plays out? I feel like I'm wording the question so wrong. Mercury retrograde, y'all. How will this energy play out for Aquarius for the next 6 months? How will this eclipse energy play out for my Aquarians for the next 6 months? Show me clearly. One more shuffle, please. All right. Wow. 7 of Pentacles coming out. Wow. 2 of Wands. Okay, so there's this deep-ass contemplation taking place. Probably currently, that's where you're at. It's like contemplating the... Look, the Hermit. Look at these 3 fucking cards that came out together. Virgo energy coming out. Taurus. Earth. Capricorn. Look at this. These are the 3 cards that just came out so quickly, so fast. This is all about contemplation. Contemplating your next step. Contemplating, where do I want to go? Am I satisfied with where I'm at in my life? Do I need to make some changes? Am I satisfied with my career? What are my long-term goals? What do I want for myself? How do I show up in the public's eyes? How do I trying to think of questions. You know, you're questioning a lot, but anyways, your achievements, things like that. What do I want to achieve? What do I want to see more of? What do I want to improve? What do I want to grow? What do I want to expand on? That kind of shit. There's this deep ass contemplation taking place. I feel like this is currently. I feel like this eclipse energy is making you ask yourself these questions. All right. So we got that. So then what? Because obviously you're not going to be sitting here and like, well, what am I going to do with my life? Watch time tick tock, tick tock. Like, no, you're obviously going to make a move. You're obviously going to take some sort of action. You're just trying to figure out, okay, where am I headed? What am I doing? Where am I going? What do I want to initiate here? All right, what can Aquarius expect? 2 of Swords. I mean, fuck. And it fell on top of the 2 of Wands. Decisions. What will I do? There could be indecision, honestly. You might be going back and forth. All right. What can Aquarius expect for the next 6 months? Page of Swords, High Priestess reverse. Okay, you'll be getting the clarity you need to make these choices. Definitely recommended you go inwards, but you'll be getting clarity. There's something that's going to be revealing itself to you that will provide you with a different perspective. Or again, it's like what I was saying, how you could be returning or looking back at something from your past, or, you know, forgotten dream, or like for some, you're picking up a project that maybe you had to drop, or pushed to the sidelines because of current responsibilities. Maybe this is going to be a time where you return to that. Like, let's say that you're writing a book and you got halfway through it, and then guess what? Okay, responsibilities got in the way. You had to put that on the sidelines or back burner. You didn't get to touch it for months, years, and now you're finally getting back to like, let me finish what I started. Like, that could be part of the energy too. This can be talking about looking back at some things with a new perspective, as well as truth coming out, or truth being revealed, or like what was once hidden, what was once a secret is now being exposed. Or like maybe it's something that you've been working on that you've kept on the quiet, or you've kept kind of hush hush, like shh. Now maybe it's talking about a reveal or releasing something. So something like that. Piscean energy coming out. What can Aquarius expect for the next 6 months as this energy plays out, this eclipse energy? What can Aquarius expect? We have the 9 of Wands. You're very determined. 5 of Pentacles. Determined to get out of this this current energy. 6 of Swords coming out. What are you moving towards? King of Pentacles. Stability. Okay, so currently right now, you know, some of you could be struggling financially. You're not really satisfied with where you're at in your job. Maybe you feel like you've been under-recognized. Maybe you've been busting your ass off for like no recognition or no appreciation, and just feeling like not good enough, or feeling ignored, or just feeling like you're getting the shitty end of the stick, and just like you're sick of it, right? And you demand more. You deserve more. You're realizing like, I fucking deserve more than this shit. And so guess what? We go from feeling like you don't have it, and feeling like lack, and feeling like, damn, like I should have this by now, or I deserve better than this, like why don't I have this thing yet, or I need to make some changes, to then 6 of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Look at this. This is what you're moving towards. The next 6 months, you can expect to see a major increase in your finances. You can expect to see way more stability, way more structure, achieving a lot that you want to achieve, and being successful at it. And like, it just feels way better. Like you're moving out of this crappy, yucky energy of lack and not feeling good enough, or feeling like you're missing out, right? Feeling like you're pinching pennies. Not anymore. The next 6 months, you can expect to see a positive shift, right? With the action that you take. It all depends on the choices that you make, what you're investing your time, your energy, even your money into, some of your money investments, right? So things like that. Anything. Oh, what do we have here? Nope, that's too many. Oh my God. Come on now. What else could Aquarius expect for the next 6 months? We have 10 of Swords reversed. That's talking about an ending that you went through. Something about an ending you went through is inspiring you on some sort of new journey. 3 of Wands, Judgment, divine orchestration, or an ending that you went through was divinely orchestrated. There's also, there's karmic justice taking place. 2 of Cups reversed. So I'm picking up on that energy. There was an ending that you experienced between you and another person. 2 of Cups reversed, 10 of Swords reversed. There's an ending, separation, breakup for some, if this is regarding like romantic or marriage or some sort of relationship. There is an ending between you and another person. Now I will let you know, if you're dealing with legal matters, you're coming out as a winner here. There's good news that you'll be receiving. There will be positive change regarding that, and there's going to be a great outcome that brings you the outcome that you desire. Okay, I feel like I worded that badly, I worded that poorly, but it's all working out, and there's divine orchestration taking place. If someone did some messed up shit to you, or there was some really nasty ending that took place, karmic justice will be happening. There will be a judgment call, right? Simply, your actions always have a consequence, and just know what goes around comes around. So if you know that you've done the best that you could, you're learning from your mistakes, and you weren't a terrible person, well, then don't you worry. But if someone treated you poorly, their actions, they'll be held accountable by the divine, just as you are too. Okay, but I feel like you're getting the good side of this stick, right? You're so used to getting the shitty end of the stick and just fucking this crap. not anymore. You're being rewarded. There's some sort of reward coming towards you. I also see like whatever this ending was that you experienced, this relationship, this ending that you experienced in a relationship, it's inspiring you to change your life in some sort of way, or to go after some sort of dream or pursue something that you are super pumped about. And you're taking the steps to make this happen. And you're taking baby steps. Like I said, you might be experiencing a bit of a delay, or it might be moving at a little bit slower pace, but that's not a bad thing. Slow and steady wins the race. And it's like you're building a solid foundation so that whatever this is that you're initiating here lasts a lifetime. All right? So yeah, I feel like your money's looking better. You're healing is taking place. You're moving towards a much more peaceful, calmer time. Those who have hurt you or wronged you in any way, shape, or form, they have to face their consequences just as you are facing your consequences. But you're getting your stability back. You're getting your confidence back. You're achieving a lot. You're moving in this new direction, this new life, and all is well. So looks really positive for you. I like it. So I think we'll leave the reading here. Aquarius, if you found this helpful and insightful, let me know in the comments below. If you wish to book a private reading with me, information for that is in the description box down below. And if you want to follow me over on my Instagram and TikTok, that's at Jadestone Tarot. You can find me over there, and I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.